name's Sadie Benkovic. I'm from Austin, Texas, and I'm an industrial distribution engineer with a minor in business. Probably the biggest differences between the two campuses would just be some of the girls, when you first meet them, they may seem a little more reserved, but then when you go up and talk to them, they're so open and they're willing to take you to go get your henna and your nails done and everything. So I feel like just kind of breaking that initial cultural barrier, I feel like just be more than open to go and talking to people, I think would be a slight difference. And then also kind of the traditional attire is definitely different. So girls wear an abaya and then a hijab, and then the boys wear thobes. And I just think that's kind of cool to see too. I mean, you just see, guys in shorts and t-shirts in College Station. So it's definitely an interesting experience. Some of the highlights of my TMUQ experience have probably been inside the classroom. So because you have smaller classes, it's definitely more fun in class because I feel like you do get a little bit more of that conversational aspect of a classroom as opposed to, you have 300 people in a classroom. It's kind of hard to have a conversation with a professor. And then also I would really suggest if you have like a hard class that you're kind of worried about taking, I would take it here just because the professors I feel like are very good at talking to you and being helpful to tutor you like kind of during class because it's so much smaller. And like, let's be honest, you can say, oh yes, Texas A&M has office hours. Like, how often do you go to office hours? I've been to like 2 office hours. And so here you can kind of get that individual tutoring during your class time. So if you're hung up on a particular concept, your professor can explain it for you right there and then. So it's definitely helpful. I've loved it. My daily life in Doha versus College Station would probably be a little bit different in the fact I probably go out more here, especially during Ramadan. The nightlife is just very interesting. It's very fun here, and for example, the malls don't even really open until 7. So you're not really eating dinner until like 8 or 9, and then you spend time at the souk, which is the traditional marketplace here. So there's just definitely more things to see and do here culturally than I guess in College Station. I get tired of Canes and Harry's sometimes, just sometimes. And I think there's just a lot to do here that you wouldn't really think of. Like for example, my friend Malik, he loves climbing. And so one night we all just decided like, okay, well let's just go rock climbing. And so it's at night and like I'm halfway up this rock wall and then the call of prayer goes off, which I don't know if you're familiar with it, but it's a very interesting sound and it goes off 5 times a day. It's honestly one of my favorite parts about being here. And you just kind of get those surreal experiences that you don't really get in College Station, being the small town that it is. Some of my favorite things to do here, well, the dune bashing was very exciting, and I know everyone says that, but honestly it's really worth doing because you're riding camels, you are trying to hold a falcon, which is actually a little scarier than it seems, and then the dune bashing is incredibly fun, but I feel like when you watch videos you're like, oh, like they're just sliding around in sand. Like no, like you feel fear. You feel fear. It's fun, but like it's definitely an interesting experience. You have to go. And then other than dune bashing, there's just so many places around here that are just incredible. So you have Qatar, which is kind of more of a just kind of restaurant area, and it's just beautiful along the water. You can get karak, which is this traditional tea. It's black tea, and then you have sugar and cardamom in it. It's amazing. And then you can go to the Pearl. You can go to the souk, and they have malls, like so many malls. Amazing. I definitely feel very safe in Qatar. My sister and I have been able to travel a lot by ourselves, in Europe mosely, and it's interesting because I feel like a lot of parents, if you say, oh, I really want to go to Rome, study abroad, they wouldn't even think twice about the safety, which is interesting because I feel probably more uncomfortable in some European countries just because I'm worried about pickpocketers, I'm worried about leaving my phone somewhere for a second. Here, I was actually walking home one night and I saw like 5 backpacks just like lined up on the street like at night. Like the students were just tired and didn't feel like taking their bags inside. Like that just kind of shows you like no one's gonna take them. Obviously you don't want to risk it, but I'm saying I don't feel unsafe. Everything here is very well lit. There's security all the time. And you want to be smart. You don't want to go walk around an alley by yourself, but for the most part, I don't feel uneasy here at all. The most rewarding thing about the experience probably would be that certain sense of independence that you get from traveling abroad. And, you know, especially if you're a younger student and you're kind of looking for that way to break free of your parents a little bit, this is a great safe way to do it because there's so many people around you to help you, you know, go to the grocery store and you know, anything you need. There's just that kind of built-in safety net here. So you get the independence from your parents, but like you still don't really have to be independent. And so it's kind of perfect because you definitely gain that sense. And then also just certain surreal experiences that I just know that I'll take away, you know, relationships with certain people that I never thought I would have, like a Lebanese friend or a Jordanian friend or, you know, a Qatari friend. And it's very different in that, you know, those conversations you have just kind of bond you between cultures, and it's an amazing, surreal experience for sure. I wish that people on main campus thought about Qatar and TMUQ in the way that I guess you should, because you know, you think about it, in the States you have a certain stereotype about the Middle East, and you know, even with my sister traveling there, I still was like, oh, well, why are you going there? Why would you want to go there of all the places? And to be honest, it's something that you probably don't try to do, but it just kind of happens. You have a certain outlook on it, and I just feel like if people were here and they really knew like actually what it was like, they would change their minds about it for sure, because it's nothing that I thought it would be like at all, and it's been a pleasant surprise because everywhere I go I've just been welcomed and given gifts and just treated respectfully, and in every way it's just been an amazing experience. And my thing is why not try it, you know? There's so many different things that people will do, you know, like, oh, let's go to San Marcos or let's go here, but honestly, if you really want an experience that you'll remember, that truly will stand out in your life and change you the way you think about things, travel, and you know, TMUQ is a perfect place to do it, for sure.